Hey everybody, it's Roll Hunter. We're back with Toonies. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel Roll Hunter. We are back with $1,000. I had to do the math in my head. $1,000 of customer wrapped Toonies that I picked up from the bank. I actually got this box the same time I picked up the last box, and it was a good box. We got 4 of those 2012 old generation low mintage, just about $1.5 million minted Toonies. We got some black ring Toonies, we got color Toonies, so I'm hoping this box might be just as good as the last, but there's only one way to find out. Let's get in and see what we can find. First roll, we've got a commemorative here. You can see by the obverse is different, and it looks like it's going to be a nice one. And it is. It's a 2017. That's the Dance of the Spirits. We're still looking to see if we can find the colorized glow-in-the-dark version of that, but that one is really nice. Roll number 2, and it looks like we're on a lucky streak because I have an old generation no security, and when I flip it over, it is once again that low mint 2012. So that is our 5th in the last 2 boxes. That's wicked. Same roll, we got a 2011 Boreal Forest. It's a different design you can find. It's not incredibly low mint. I'll put the mintage up on the screen here, but it is a commemorative you can find. This one, of course, we'd want to find this in really nice condition if we were going to keep it. Roll number 4, and there is a much nicer Boreal Forest commemorative from 2011. This one I might check against my own album. Roll number 5, and we found a 2022, but we know this is going to be a commemorative because on the obverse it has the maple leaf above the portrait of Queen Elizabeth, and the regular version of the toonie doesn't have that. So it is going to be the 1972 Summit Series 50th Anniversary Tribute coin. Is it going to be color or non-color? And it is non-color and cool. That's the very first one I found, the non-color. I found 2 of the colorized versions in my last hunt, but this is the first time I found the non-color coin roll hunting. And this is also a limited edition, limited to just 1 million. Awesome. Roll number 6, we've got a War of 1812 commemorative, and there's a variety you can look for on this one, which is called the extra sail, where one of these little voids between some ropes look like an extra sail. I'll throw it up on the screen. So this isn't the variety, but essentially what you're looking for is this void here, which is between this sail and this rope, has the same appearance as the rest of these sails. So they call it the extra sail variety. I don't think it's extremely scarce, but it's a cool variety to look for. Same roll, and we found another really nice looking remembrance commemorative. Check it out. It's the 2015 in really nice shape. And that is McRae writing in Flanders Fields. That is a beautiful one. Look at that. Roll number 7, and we found our first counterfeit toonie, the so-called camel toe toonie. I'll throw it up on the big screen here. I kind of thought maybe we might get through a box without finding any counterfeits, but they are out there and they are plentiful, and you're bound to find them. So this one is fairly circulated, more circulated in appearance than a lot that I find. So this has been out there a while and it's passed through many hands. And here is the big marker right here, is just this paw. It doesn't look right. There are other elements of this coin that are off. The ice and on the obverse, the queen doesn't quite look right. But most folks are not going to be able to tell. These are pretty good counterfeits. Sometimes you can look at the numbers and see that they're off a little bit. But for the most part, this coin is going to pass as currency for a long, long time. Same roll, and we've got some color. We got the Summit Series colorized version, so we have both the color and the non-color, and that is just a beautiful coin. That's a really, really cool find. Wicked. Roll 8, another commemorative. This time, it's going to be the 2016 Battle of the Atlantic. Cool. One of the things I'm really hoping to find when I'm going hunting for toonies is really good quality toonies in the late 90s and early 2000s, mid 2000s. I wasn't actively collecting coins at the time, so I didn't do what a lot of collectors do, which is pull a bright, shiny coin out of circulation when they first come out. I don't have any of those, so I really only have circulated examples. So I'm always looking through rolls like this to see if I might find a gorgeous 2002 or 2003 or something like that. And I've found some so far, but I still have some years where I've got a hole in my collection. I haven't found anything worthy of adding to my binder. So that's what I'm always looking for, is something really, really exceptional. Roll number 9, we've got a 2000 knowledge, pretty circulated. I started to check for the varieties. It's not the pedestal 0, but when I flipped it over, we're going to have the pedestal S. I'm going to throw it under the scope so you can see it. There's a die chip at the base of that S. We found a variety. So there it is. There is the S. It's called the pedestal S. This die chip at the base of the S is what we're looking for. The other variety, of course, we can find is the pedestal D, and we won't find them on the same coin. So there it is, the pedestal S. This one, pretty circulated, as I said, but this is the second one I found. So one to look for. You can find it. They are out there. A really cool variety to find. It's called the pedestal S. Roll 10, we've got another commemorative. What's it going to be this time? It's another 2015 with Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae writing the iconic Canadian poem In Flanders Fields. That's another nice one too. Same roll, looks like we're going to have another nice one here, another commemorative. Let's see. It's another one in the Remembrance Day series. This is the 2014 Wait For Me Daddy, and it's another one in really nice condition. There's a young boy there who is saying goodbye to his dad, who's going off to war with another line of soldiers. Still in roll 10, and how about that? I'm checking another 2000 here. When I flip it over, we don't see the pedestal S that we found before, but if I rotate it around, check it out. We've got the pedestal D. There is that die chip at the base of that D. We found 2 of the 3 varieties you can find with die chips. The other one is the pedestal 0. If we found that in this same hunt, that would be really incredible, but that's really cool. Roll 11, we've got another 2000. We're going to check it. Is it possible we got the trifecta of varieties? Let's check it out. All right, that would have been great, but it's not going to be. There is no die chip here on the base of the 0. So we didn't find the pedestal 0, but we still could find one of the other varieties. You never know. Not the pedestal S and not the pedestal D. It's the standard 2000 knowledge. But keep on looking because that's going to be out there somewhere. We know it. I've found one before. Roll 12, and we found something really interesting. Check this out. Somebody has gone to great lengths to punch out the core of this toonie and flip it around. So this is the reverse of the coin, where it says Canada $2, and this is where we should see the polar bear. And this is the obverse, where we should see the portrait of the Queen. When these toonies came out, people were really concerned that the 2 pieces could separate easily. There were lots of reports that they were just falling apart. It turns out it was not really true. You would have to go to great lengths to actually separate them out and put them back together. And you can see this coin has been absolutely mangled to try and achieve that. It seems to be in there pretty well, but they had to hammer away at it. As you can see, this coin has been pretty much destroyed. But this is the first time I've ever seen one where it's been disassembled and reassembled. In this case, it's been put together incorrectly. That's a cool little find we'll file under miscellaneous. I've got here the very last coin of roll number 13. I'm not exactly sure what to make of this. You can see it's fairly soft in all its details, not sharp at all on both sides. It's a 2005. It looks like it might have been polished or worn. What I'm trying to figure out, is this a counterfeit toonie? Is this one of the Montreal Mint toonies? It has the softness in detail that those Montreal Mint, it was another group of people counterfeiting toonies years ago. I've got a picture of the Montreal Mint toonie up on screen. This is from the Camel Toe Toonies website that Brent Mackey has put together. The one defining element on these Montreal Mint toonies that I don't see on this example is actually the large flattened rim that you see here. So it's possible this could be a legitimate toonie and somehow has been polished. It has the look maybe almost like a dryer coin, but the rim is actually pretty intact. And in a dryer coin, usually the rim gets kind of beaten down as it's been rolling around in the drum of a dryer on its edge. And we don't see that here. So it might have just been subject to some kind of environmental damage, perhaps. Let me know in the comments what you think, if this is a counterfeit or if it's legitimate, and what you think might have happened to it. We're in roll number 14, and the very first coin of this roll is a no-doubter fake 1996 Camel Toe Toonie. So there's no question about this one. This is a counterfeit coin. Same roll, and we found another one, another low mid 2012. You can see the date is at the top on the obverse, and when we flip it around, no security features on this one. So that is our second in this box. And in my last 2 hunts combined, my 6th, which is really, really crazy, but pretty cool. Same roll, we're gonna have our second counterfeit toonie in the same roll. And I can tell them just by sight, they look like they're brand new with no security features, but they are in fact fake. This one is purporting to be a 2004, and of course the big tell is that split toe, the camel toe on that paw of the polar bear. I was hoping again we might get through a box unscathed, but not to be. I'm just in roll number 15, and this has been a pretty awesome box for variations. And I've got a 1996 under the scope, and as I've mentioned, I scope every single one because there are several variations we can find. And we found another one. Check it out. This is the one that is the polar bear smoking a cigar. And there's just a little die chip there in front of the polar bear's mouth. This is one of the ones to look for. It's not a really significant die chip, but because this was a 1996 and this toonie had just come out, collectors were looking for all sorts of things on this coin that they might find. And this is one of the variations, the cigar. The other one is one that is looks like a little horn, and the other variety has no detail in here. And I found the two. I haven't found the horn, but this is the second cigar variety I found in the 1996, and that's pretty awesome. Same roll, and we found a really nice looking 2005. This one might very well be a keeper. Got a little bit of a stain on there I could probably get off with just a little bit of water, but a nice looking 2005 with lots of luster. And speaking of lots of luster, same roll, here is a 2000, and of course we'll check this for any of the varieties. I don't see by the naked eye, but there is something under that S possibly. We got another one? Check it out, we sure do. That's the pedestal S. We'll check the D, it's not gonna have anything there. But this one is in really, really nice condition, probably better than the others that I've found. So that is a pretty good upgrade of a variety in my collection. Wicked. Roll 16 is going to give us another bright and shiny commemorative. Are we going to find color this time? No, it's the 2021 Insulin, but this is the low mint one. This is a really nice one, minted at just 1 million. So I mentioned earlier wanting to find upgrades, really nice examples of coins in the late 90s or mid 2000s, and we've got one. This looks like a really good 2007. When I flip it over, it is in gorgeous condition. That's absolutely an upgrader. I don't think I've got a 2007 that I felt was worth keeping. So that is a great one. Definitely an upgrader for me. Well, we're certainly on a variety hot streak because I grabbed another 2000, put it under the scope, checked it out, not the S. But check it out, it is the pedestal D. So we have found 2 pedestal Ds and 2 pedestal S's in one hunt. This is incredible. And I've pulled them both up here because these ones are actually different from one another. You can see the one on the top, the die chip is closer to the front of the D, whereas on this one, it's closer to the rear. So this is the one I've found before where there's a little bit of a die chip on the base of the D over here. This one is just slightly different. So that's actually very cool. We got 2 different die varieties that we'd consider to be the pedestal D. Awesome. This is our last roll, roll number 20, our last chance to see if we can find a black ringed toonie in this box. None so far. And our last chance for another color or variety. Well, we should have known we wouldn't get through the rest of the box without finding another counterfeit. Here's one with the double date 1952 to 2002. There are a number of different things on this coin that are off besides the camel toe on the reverse, but the numbers on the obverse are off as well, and that maple leaf is a little bit askew. But it is a counterfeit nonetheless. That brings us to 4 in the box so far. And here's another nice one. This could be an upgrader as well. This one is a 2009, lots of luster, not much wear. I'm going to put that aside and I'll check my collection and see if this might upgrade. Well, that was another fun hunt, and we found all sorts of good stuff, which is why we like to hunt toonies and other coins. So we'll start at the very top here, and just a couple minor varieties. This is a 2010. This is the lower mintage with 14 serrations as opposed to the normal 16. We got a big stack of 2019s. Only one of them was the lower mintage 16 serrations as opposed to the normal 14 for that year. So that's kind of cool. A couple oddities. We got this one that's been The core has been punched out and put back in, pretty mangled. The first time I found one of those. I'm not going to keep it for sure, but it's just an interesting find. And then this one on the right, this 2005 that I'm not certain if it's legit or if it's somehow been altered. It just has the appearance of something that could be fake, really soft details, possibly a counterfeit, but let me know in the comments what you think. We got some surefire counterfeits here. All 4 that we got were different years, 96, 2004, really circulated 2005, and we got that 2002 double date as well. We found some other really cool things, a couple of more of those low mint 2012s, just about 1.5 million minted. We only got one color, but it's a wicked one here. We got the 50th anniversary of the Summit series in color, and we got the lower mint non-color version, the first one I found of that variety. So that's really cool. Just 1 million minted. Same thing here with this 2021 non-color insulin, just 1 million minted. And we got some other commemoratives in good shape. That's the Flanders Fields. We've got the Dance of the Spirits with the Northern Lights, the Wait for Me Daddy Remembrance, as well as the Boreal Forest 2011. And we got some other really nice ones that we might upgrade in our own collection here. That 2007 looks really nice. That 2009 could be an upgrader. Possibly that 05. As I said, I don't have a lot of those. I found a pretty nice 1996. I think I've already got a really nice 1996 in my collection, so probably won't keep that one. And a 2003, this one is with the new portrait. I just want to check and see if it might be a little bit nicer than what I have. It could very well be. But I think the stars of our show today were some of the cool varieties that we're always looking for but rarely find, and we found a bunch of them. We got this 1996 with the polar bear smoking the cigar, the second time we found that. We got 2 Pedestal D in the 2000, and they're both a little bit different. And we got 2 Pedestal S in the 2000. So 4 varieties in just that 1 year, that 2000 knowledge, and that is wicked. So altogether, we had all sorts of fun and we got all sorts of finds. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That's really helpful for me. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Roll Hunter, please consider doing that. I'd really appreciate it. And you'll find out when my new videos are coming out. I have new videos coming out all the time. So thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. And we'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.